What's up, my friends? I'm Mark Allred here today to teach you how to loop Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles using the Boss RC-300. Again, this is just one way to do it. This is how I like to do it, and if you haven't seen it yet, come click the link, come see my performance where I used the Boss RC-300 to perform the song. Now I'm going to teach you how I did it. Let's dig right into it. Some general housekeeping, explaining how I use the Boss RC-300. It's got 3 tracks, and I usually use track 1 as the rhythm guitar, track 2 is the bass line, and track 3 is like the percussion drum ideas, right? So that's how I did it for this song as well. Alright, now let's talk about the key, what key we're in and what chords we're using. It's in the key of A minor, but it starts on D minor 7, and then A minor 7, and then C, and then G. Those are the chords throughout the whole song. That's why this is easy to loop this song, because it's the same chords. Okay, so let's do that. Track 1, here's the rhythm. Same thing for each chord, alright? So let's give it a try. Starting on track 1, we're going to loop it. 1, 2, ready, go. And I can't stress how important it is that you get loop number 1 correct in the timing when you start and stop, because if you mess it up and you get the timing wrong, you push the button too soon before you end strumming, or you push it too late and the timing is off, always restart. Never be afraid, because nothing is worse than watching a live looper get that first one wrong and then they're too ashamed or too afraid to fix it, and then the whole song is horrific and horrible and everyone just has to suffer through this timing that's off. So let's check it out. I think I got it right. That's great. That's perfect. Okay, so track 2, we're going to talk about a bass line. Now, this is kind of like the whole riff idea comes out of this bass line idea. Let's talk about what we do here. This one mainly is it's using the root notes from each chord, so it goes D, A, C, G, but the riff goes, so that's F, E, sorry, this is on the D string, F, E, D, C, back to D, da 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 da, right? So it starts with the root note, da 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 da. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the root note, and then I'm just going to hum that da 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 da. So it starts with D, da 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 da, A, da 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 da, C, da 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 da, G, da 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 da, and then it starts. That's it. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for track 2. Let's let it come around, and then we'll activate track 2 in preparation. Here we go. So we're starting on the D. Got it. Alright, now for the song, if you go and you listen to the track, you'll find out that they added on top of that riff a distorted guitar sound. So what I did was I just doubled it up. Let's activate the track, do the same thing just with distorted guitar. Here we go. Got it. Right? Let's put them both together, rhythm guitar and the bass line and riff. All right, now let's put the percussion ideas together, and I split this up into 2 parts. The first part is like a shaker, it's almost like a hi-hat kind of sound too as well. So the first part is, and then the second part is a kick snare. All right. So let's wait for it to come around to the top, to the head. We're going to activate the vocal loop. All right, now we got the percussion on track 3. And it's important, as you'll see now as I explain the song, that we isolated each one of those ideas to those individual tracks. Okay, so that's it. That's the whole loop. Your rhythm guitar, your bass, and your percussion. With that, you do all your other stuff with your guitar live, and then you can perform Watermelon Sugar in front of your friends. And for a great group of people, this is a fun song. Okay, so this is how I put those pieces together in the song. Verse 1 is just this. Track 1, and I'm singing on top of it. I'm not playing, right? Because this is a fun song to focus on vocally. For me, it fit perfectly, right? So once I get through verse 1 and I get to the chorus, all I add to the chorus is just strummed out chords. So D minor 7 is the first one, and then A minor 7. A minor 7, C, G. All right, so that's one. I'm singing Watermelon Sugar, let's try it. Watermelon Sugar, Watermelon Sugar, Watermelon Sugar, Watermelon Sugar. And then all we do once we get into the second verse to add some dynamics to it is you add track 2. And you hear it, that's how the actual song is played too. They add that to the verse 2. So as we're going through the chorus with the strummed out chords. Watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, strawberries on a summer evening. So that's verse 2. You just add those two parts to it, and then as you go through it and you're singing, let's see, once we get to the second, like the pre-chorus part, breathe me in. What we do is we've only got tracks 1 and 2 activated at this point. When we get to the second chorus, you want to give it the full lift and play all 3 tracks, right? So what you do is you do a kill, you turn them all off, and then you say that one phrase, watermelon sugar, bring them all in. So it's a tail end. Breathe me in, breathe me out. Don't know. Let's try it. Breathe me in, there it is. Breathe me out. I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar, and then play along. Sugar, watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, and then you do it twice. You play the chorus twice, and you have everything playing at once at that point. So this is fantastic when you got this full energy going on. That's where you play a solo. So you add your distortion and play or whatever you want and play something. Again, this is an A minor, so it's a fun and easy, just hit your A minor pentatonics. That's kind of what I did, and then I found the vocal melody and added that as the guitar riff. So whatever you want to put there for your solo is fine. So let's talk verse 3 and then the outro. Verse 3 on the actual song is just, you'll hear it's just hung out strummed chords. But we're coming out of the guitar solo where everything's full blasting. How do you do that in a like well-timed manner, right? Because you're ripping, you're shredding, and you want to dial it down so that you can just get to that. So what I've done is I slowly, gradually take away the tracks, starting from 3 and then 2, and then just leave track 1 running. So let's try that. Here's verse 3. Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. Take it out and strum. I want your belly and that summer feeling. Now this is tricky because on verse 3 you'll hear that he does the timing to get to I don't know if I could ever go without. He cuts everything out in the song so that he can syncopate the vocals how he wants to in order to say that phrase and then take it to the chorus. So that's what I do as well. So it goes, I want your belly and that summer feeling. I don't play and then just sing. I don't know if I could ever go without. And what they do on the song, which is fun, I think they're playing like some horns and a bunch of stuff. So what I did is I just threw my distorted guitar on, and it starts on D, E, F, G, and then I hang it on the D at the top of a phrase. I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar. Watermelon sugar, and then you just play along. After that, you take your distortion off and you play clean and sing along with the chorus. Now the last part, the super fun part of the 3-part vocal harmony at the very end. So what I did was that same idea. Watermelon sugar, you have everything full, singing along, but you need to pare it down to something cool so you can hear how awesome it is to have a 3-part harmony build via a loop. So you want to hear the watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, So it takes a lot of technique and practice to gradually take down track 3 and 2 and then switch it over to your vocal looping and then loop your vocals, right? So I did it like this. Watermelon sugar, 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 watermelon sugar. So I had to bring down to track 1 because you want to hear that gradual progression, right? And so I liked it on track 1 with just the rhythm guitar because that's also a fun way to end it as well if you want to do some kind of dramatic fade out or something at the end. But track 1, watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, watermelon sugar, and then you want to kill it, and now you have everything, and then punch it all back in. Watermelon sugar, and then lastly, he has a fun alternate vocal melody that's high that you can sing and juxtapose against your 3-part harmony. I just wanna taste it. I just wanna taste it. Right? So that's why we want to do the 3-part harmony so you can have multiple vocal melodies going on at the same time. I just wanna taste it. I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar. So that's all the parts. Showed you how to do all the tracks, showed you the key, showed you the bass riff, showed you how to actually do the performance from verse to chorus, and then how to do the 3-part harmony at the end. I hope this gave you some ideas, so you're not like, oh, I could do that, or I could try to do that a little bit better, but hopefully having these very specific details inspires you on something cool you could do, because this is the kind of stuff that I wish that I would have had when I started learning. I wish I could see exactly how Tosh Sultana, Mike Love, or Bernhoft was doing that specific thing right there so that I could figure out how to do my own thing. So hopefully this gave you a bunch of ideas. And until next time, keep looping, yo.